Hi there, I'm Kat from All Belong at katsbigqueerpolyworld, where I talk about all things queer, polyamorous, neurodiverse, mental health, and whatever else comes to mind. On Saturdays, I talk about queer and poly in the media, so let's get into today's episode. Hi again, I'm Kat. Thank you for joining or rejoining for Saturday's episode of Queer and Poly in the Media with Kat. Today I'm going to talk about two things. The first is the season finale of a show I've been watching called Good Trouble, and the other is a movie called Anything's Possible. So let's talk about them both. First up, I want to talk about Good Trouble, and please note that if you have not caught up with Good Trouble Season 4's season finale, then you may want to wait to watch this episode because it's going to contain some spoilers. I love this show, and I've talked about Good Trouble a few times already on my blog at allblog.com, as well as on last week's episode of Queer and Poly in the Media. This show is amazing for so many reasons, and the season finale definitely lived up to its amazingness. There were some great scenes, particularly the hot final Davia Dennis moment. And did I mention we now have a coterie baby? But the character that I've been talking with you most about is the character Malika, played by Zuri Adele. And let's talk about where her character went in the finale. I am a little bit disappointed in Malika's storyline. Now, she is a powerful young black woman, and her character is doing some amazing things in activism, including working with the unhoused population. But the storyline in which Malika explores and then identifies as polyamorous has been a little bit on the back burner and continued to be so in the finale. In the recent episodes, Malika had fallen in love with Angelica and Angelica with Malika, but last week's episode, Malika and Angelica broke up because Angelica realized that she needed to be in a relationship with a person who could only be in one relationship. And that's not an unrealistic thing. So that's not necessarily why I'm disappointed in this storyline, because that does happen. But I'm curious to see where they go with the storyline, because now in the finale, Malika and Angelica have come back together for activism purposes, and it looks like they're heading into getting back together. They clearly both love each other, and that's fantastic and great. What I'm a little bit worried about, though, is that the storyline will have Malika kind of forget about her polyamorous desires to settle into a monogamous relationship with Angelica. And again, that does happen. That's not completely unrealistic. It's just not really where I hoped that this storyline would go. And maybe it won't. We'll see in season 5. I'm hoping that Angelica is able to love and accept Malika for exactly who she is, and that they can explore a relationship together, even if it means that they are in a solo poly relationship, or a mono poly relationship rather. That would be amazing to watch, but it wasn't really addressed in the season finale, although many other things were. I will definitely be eagerly looking forward to season 5's season opening next, whenever it's coming, I don't even know. They haven't announced it yet, but I will report back. So I think it's a great show. If you have not seen it, you should give it a try. It's on, all 4 seasons are available on Hulu, and it really is an amazing show. It's called Good Trouble. Check it out on Hulu. You will not regret it. So next, let's talk about the movie that I watched last week, which is called Anything's Possible, and it's an Amazon Prime original, so you can find it there. It is a super cute teenage drama love story type of movie, and the main character's name is Kelsa, and she's played by Eva Rain. And Kelsa is a proud, out, young, black trans woman who is going through her senior year of high school. What I most like about this show is that it feels familiar, it feels typical almost, although there is definite added issues because Kelsa is trans. Most of the movie is really just focused on Kelsa trying to be, in her words, an average teenager, and she does meet a nice cis guy who comes from a Muslim family, and they fall in love, and they do have to navigate this new relationship, well, dealing with all of the same drama that all teenagers have to deal with: parents and friends and college choices and new love. Of course, things aren't always easy for Kelsa and her new love, but she has some great friends, and she has an amazingly supportive mother, Celine, who is played by Renee Elise Goldsberry. And one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is where mother and daughter are talking in a car, which is where I always had some heart-to-heart conversations with my daughter. And Mom says to Kelsa something to the effect of, this isn't a direct quote, but something to the effect of, what makes you unique or extraordinary does not make you hard to love. And I just got goosebumps even thinking about it. That's, of course, the kind of love and acceptance that we hope for all of our LGBTQ youth all around the world. And so seeing that there gave me goosebumps and a little bit of teary eye. So that was very touching. It doesn't wrap it all up with a pretty storyline bow at the end. It is still a teenage drama, and it's a super cute movie. I agree with some critics that it lacked a little bit of edge, but I really didn't think it needed it. It was just super cute, and I really, really enjoyed it a lot. I would definitely watch it again. This was Billy Porter's directorial debut, and I think he hit a home run with it. I think it was well done and cute and enjoyable and funny and made you feel things, and I really enjoyed it. So you should give it a shot if you haven't watched it already. Again, it is available on Amazon Prime. So that is this episode of Queer and Poly in the Media with Kat. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and gave it a thumbs up, I would appreciate that a lot. I will be here every Saturday with Queer and Poly in the Media, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you have any queer or poly media that you think I should check out, drop me a comment. Come back next week, and I'll be talking about all the queer and poly characters that I'm looking forward to watching next season. I hope to see you then.